finally come for those brave enough to step beyond the lands of Trove and face new challenges. With the help of the mysterious voyager Rowan, Trovians have come together to earn their place amongst the storied Sun-Seekers and save a peaceful planet from the darkening shadow. Become the light that wards away the shadow. Begin your journey to Geode.
So you guys are checking out Trove right now. Trove is a free-to-play game by Trion Worlds. We're on PC, Mac, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. So you can check it out on pretty much any platform you want, and like I mentioned, it's free to play, so real easy to download and try out. As you can see, it's a voxel-based game, so some people think, you know, Minecraft, although we're very different in a lot of ways. We're a full MMO, and so there's just a ton of stuff to do in our world, and we sort of, you know, base what we're building around things that we know our players like to do. So, you know, the first thing that you can do is walk out in the world, you can adventure, fight monsters, and by doing that you get a bunch of cool loot and you can collect a ton of stuff. And so we have over 5,000 different cosmetics you can get. And so you can check out here, Robin's showing off on the screen. We've got sort of this crazy getup. We've got like a parrot mount thing.
It's a parrot, tiger, griffin.
Some kind of manticore, but in cute.
Exactly. And so we do a lot of, like, cute is a big part of what Trove is. We don't take ourselves very seriously. So for example, you can have like a chicken on your head while you're riding around on a dragon, while you have a sword that looks like a hot dog. You know, it's like kind of whatever you want to do in Trove, we allow you to do it. And we have so many things. A lot of them are actually player made, and so you'll see when we go out into the world that some of the dungeons are player made. A lot of the things that you can wear and like the things you can ride are player made, and we give players credit for that. So in addition to kind of all the stuff, the fun stuff that we build, we also let players build things, bring those into the game to check out. So go ahead.
You can start with the basics, which is the adventure world. We have different biomes that are based on the level of difficulty and your power rank, or your level of power that you kind of acquire through adventuring and gathering gear and mounts and other allies and whatnot.
Yeah, and the adventure worlds we have are very eclectic, just like all the gear we have. So you can see there's, you know, permafrost, which is like the ice world. There's, you know, a dinosaur world. There's a neon city. There's a candy world called Candoria. So we really don't take ourselves too seriously. It's just sort of fun. You can go out there, like Candoria, you fight lollipops and ice cream cones and stuff like that. So it's pretty crazy. And that's one thing we've noticed is that, like, people have a lot of fun with the silliness of the game, and we try to play into that. So, you know, blowing up an ice cream cone there's gumdrops everywhere. And so you're basically going around fighting, collecting all these items, and collection is just a huge backbone of what we try to do. Is there's so many things to get, and as you get those things, it builds up your mastery, which then gives you more rewards. So the more stuff you collect, the more rewards you get, and you can kind of play the game however you want to play, and as long as you're having fun, you're going to be getting stuff and leveling up.
First line about diversity, fun, and looting.
Exactly. Diversity, fun, and looting is a perfect way of putting it. And then on top of that, building is sort of the other thing that we encourage players to do a lot of. So obviously you're getting all these blocks, and as you do stuff out in the world, you'll gain different types of blocks, and you can start building with those. So Robin's showing off here this cornerstone, which is where you can put your house in the world for everyone to see. And we've got a very simple house right here, but some players build crazy complex houses, and you can just wander around the world and see what players have built. And this serves as kind of your home base, so you'll go back there. If you die, you'll respawn at your cornerstone, and you can place it in a bunch of places in the different zones. And then for the more advanced builders, the people that really get into building and want to make cool stuff, we have clubs. And they're like guilds in that there are a group of players, and then they have a shared space that they can build in, and it can be huge. So this is a good example of one of the huge things that a club has built, and it's the kind of thing that like we show this one off, but there's like hundreds of clubs that have built huge things like this. Like I'm always just blown away by what our players have built and made. Like this thing is just a beautiful one. We have another one where we have like music blocks that will play notes, and so there's another club where a person has made tons and tons of songs that you like ride along a track and it will play the song as you do it.
Do we want to show that?
We can show that off.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the stuff that players make is like, it blows my mind. It's insane, right? We have we won't show off. Oh, this is the one. So this shows off the music blocks, right, with all the tracks that play it.
There's a lot.
You can see how much it is, and he's built this all in the game, and so it's pretty crazy. Are you just gonna hop on this one?
What song is this?
I don't know what song this is. Anyway, but yeah, so he's done tons of songs like this. Oh, this is A Brand New Day. This Sting.
Oh, okay.
I finally recognized it. But as you get, anyway, he's got tons and tons of songs. So it's that kind of thing where you can build beautiful castles, you can build music tracks, you can build, some people have made boat races, basically whatever you can imagine.
You can run over, like here, it's going to play all these notes right here, plus a cat and a mushroom sound.
Right, exactly.
So
the different blocks will give you different sound types, and then the notes that you get, and then you can play the notes that way. And then it's on a track that we call a mag rider track that you just ride along with, and whenever you hit them, it will play the note. So we also have ones, they aren't here, but we have ones that if you run over them, they'll like shoot confetti or shoot fireworks. And so it's sort of from our philosophy is basically giving players a bunch of tools, and then they do things that we never even thought of with those tools. Like again, boat races, like Robin was showing me one where they had built like a big car track, and it's just awesome. They just build so many cool things. Ooh, what one's this one?
This is Voxel Busters. This is one of our alpha clubs, so they've been around for a while. This is also player built. It's huge.
Yeah, they build it in the game.
Yeah.
And so it's so big that it can't even show it all at once, so we have to move around to like actually show it off. And so as part of that, we do different types of blocks that people can build with. So it's not only just the blocks that you see, but like the music blocks we talked about. You can get like updraft blocks, which are like wind that will push you around, or anti-grav blocks, and you do fun things with that. We also have VFX blocks, so you can even place not just a physical block, but like dripping water or dripping slime or fireworks. So we built one here that just has a bunch of slime coming out of it. And then like some fireworks and sparkles. So we're not as good at, Robin is. I'm not as good of a builder, so this sort of looks, but it's all those tools, again, just giving players cool stuff that they can collect. And so, as part of that, we have like 16 different classes in the game. And so, again, just letting players play kind of the way we want to play. The most recent class is this one up here called the Vanguardian. And it's like a superhero class that we put into the game. And so it's got a ranged mode where it will shoot stuff and sort of a big explosion bomb. And then it can transition into melee mode where it's doing superhero punches. And I think it has like laser eye beams and stuff like that. So
I'm going to destroy my club here.
Is it a rabbit hat?
Oh, it's a style.
Yeah, so it's one of the hats.
So I mean, you could really put on anything. We could put on whatever that is.
That is frightening. You're like a frightening clown.
It's like a triceratops. Oh, okay, let's get rid of the clown face.
The clown face scares me.
This is even worse. No, it's just angry now. Yeah, I mean, you can see right here how many styles we have, and this is just hats.
Yeah, that's alone. Just hats.
Just hats. I mean, you want to go with a hot dog? Let's put a hot dog on our head.
Okay, I like the hot dog.
Hot dog.
And so we're always encouraging people to kind of just be silly and do fun stuff. We have, we don't take ourselves too seriously ever. We have, so we talked about like the adventuring and the building, which are two big parts of what the game is and sort of what the core of Trove was, right? We launched and we were on PC only. and then we've just been expanding since then. We've been out a little over 3 years, but now we're on, again, the consoles, Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and we continue to expand. So we are now, we launched in US and EU, but we're now also in China and Japan, and it's doing really well there. We support a bunch of languages, and we're working on Brazilian Portuguese right now, so we're just sort of going all over the world, and that's a big part of sort of the plan for Trove. It's been doing so well, and people have been so positive and receptive to it that it's like, well, how do we get this to as many people as possible? And we have some news we can't share quite yet about it, but just in that vein, we continue to expand and make Trove available to more players.